of this new song you have out, Texas Hold'em. I'm sure you've gotten a ton of great fan feedback from it, but I know that you often are described as a country artist, but do you see yourself as a specific genre?
I'm definitely country, but I really appreciate and have incorporated into my singing like that southern rock, a little bit of rock. Um I love blues, anything like, bluesy. So I'd say my main sound is predominantly country, but I mix it all in there.
Who were some of your musical influences when you were growing up? Surely that famous relative had a little bit of something to do.
Maybe just a smidge, just a little bit.
I promise not to
Um
tell him.
Yeah, definitely, I wouldn't be doing this actually, you know what? I say I wouldn't be doing this, because I mean, I love to sing, and growing up watching my dad on stage, that definitely had a lot to do with the decisions I made career-wise growing up. I mean, I think I would have ended up singing whether my dad was my dad or not, but he definitely had a lot of influence on me. I love like the 90s country, Faith Hill, Martina McBride, Trisha Yearwood, oh gosh, like the old school. Um, and then I loved the new school stuff, like Carrie Underwood, Miranda Lambert, I kind of just took little bits and pieces of what I liked from each artist just as I went along and just made my own sound with it.
We talk about Texas Hold'em being out now. It's super catchy, it's super cute. I think it's such a great play on the the
Card
obviously
game.
on the card game as well. What kind of fan response have you been receiving?
Oh my gosh, it's been crazy. I love hearing all the different stories, about how it helped them through their breakup, or, this is exactly what they needed to hear in this particular time of their life and what they're going through, and just hearing all the different stories and the feedback. It's been really amazing.
What's your songwriting process? Do you tend to come up with lyrics throughout the day and then you jot them down or voice them down, and then you find music to go alongside of it? Do you have even a typical songwriting process?
I am a big lyrics girl. So, I'll usually have an idea for a song will pop in my head, and I think I literally have a list in my notes in my phone of song ideas that's just it goes on and on and on. Because I could just be doing, whatever, and a song title or a lyric will pop into my head, and I'm like, oh, let me jot that down real quick. Where I struggle and where I like having, maybe one or two other people in the writing room with me is the melody, because I can hear something, but 9 times out of 10, if I just listen to the radio or I just had my AirPods in and I was just going through my playlist, unintentionally, whatever last song that I was listening to, that'll be the kind of melody or whatever vibe, and somebody will be like, "Oh, that sounds a lot like whatever song," and I'm like, "Well, it should. That was the last song that I was listening to in the car or wherever." So, um, I mean, the writing process is definitely different, but for me, I'm a big lyrics girl, so.
I know Alex Klein lent a hand in the production for this song. How much of a say do you tend to have when it comes to crafting that aspect of the music you make? Do you have much of a hand in the production side?
Well, yes, I do. This particular song, already had production and everything done because it was written by Jada Dryer. So she had just pitched the song to me, and instead of it being like a little work tape demo, it was a full blown, like they had already gone in, had a producer, like it sounded basically how it was going to sound on the record, just with her singing instead of me. And naturally, we changed a few things up a little bit. But yeah, they let me have a say on what goes on back there.
I love that you started in the industry so young. I mean, at 14, getting to record alongside the likes of Don Henley and um I mean the song that you recorded alongside your dad with this beautiful duet. What was it like for you growing up in the music industry?
I mean, to me, it was normal. I really
Sure.
didn't realize I didn't realize until I got older how different my childhood was and growing up, which made me appreciate it even more. But I will say my parents were very, very good, because I did grow up in the music industry, but we weren't out on the road with dad like all the time. Like they were very, wanted to make sure we had a normal upbringing, a normal childhood. So it really truly wasn't that different. Other than the only thing that I'd say was different was going out on the road, meeting all these other artists and all that fun stuff. But other than that, our butts were in school, home, with our grandma. Like they made sure we were grounded and normal.
When you did begin singing, was there a piece of advice that you've really taken to heart from your father that has carried throughout the career you have now?
The second you don't get butterflies or you don't get nervous anymore before you go out on stage is probably when you should stop doing what you're doing, because that means you don't care anymore, you don't love it anymore. And that really spoke to me because I mean, umpteenth shows in, I still get nervous. And but it's like a good kind of nerves. And I just always remember it. Anytime before a show, those words just play back in my head. I'm like, okay, I'm nervous. It's a good thing. It means I care. It means, So yeah, that was probably one of the best advice that they've given me.
You have Porch Light out and now Texas Hold'em. Is this a prelude to an EP or a full album coming in the new year?
Absolutely. We definitely have those songs on the EP too, but yeah, definitely gonna get an EP out there next year. I'm excited.
I'm excited because 2024 is just around the corner, so that means more Tyler Reese music before I even know it. Before I realize it, you'll be here. I'm excited because these 2 songs have been just blowing up and only good things to come for you. Is there a collab you can tease on this EP that you have coming in the future? Or maybe even talk about a dream collab you'd have?
Oh gosh. Well, we definitely have a duet. We haven't exactly pinpointed who we are going to collab and do that duet with yet. Um, but we definitely have, the song and everything all ready to go. But if I could do like a dream collab, I would say, could this be with like any artist, like dead or alive, or is this like
Eh, hopefully alive because I would love
alive? Okay, alive. Okay. I didn't know if we could
to
like,
make it really happen. We'll make it really happen. Other than
okay.
AI functioning, I'd rather you be able to actually make this happen.
I'd probably do a collab with I'd love to do a collab with Carrie, honest to God. She's just in my mind, she's just like I love her. She's amazing.
Very untouchable, but so powerful with that voice.
So powerful. So powerful.
Well, I'll keep my fingers crossed and manifest for the coming year for you. Who are some artists that you're really enjoying listening to right now? Ones that you think others should keep an eye out for?
Oh gosh. My playlist is all over the place. Like literally all over the place. Who was I just listening to? I was listening to Christmas music. I think I was listening to Burl Ives. That was my last person who I was listening to. I don't know. That's a good question. I really don't know.
Well, I'm excited because as we touched on, this new music is here to come and it's gotten the ones that you have out right now have just been blowing up. I really am so excited for new music to come for you. What would you like to say to everyone who continues to be such a fan and supporter of the incredibly beautiful music you make?
Thank you. Um, I just want to say thank you so much, for being there and for listening and for supporting me throughout this journey, and hang in there because we got a whole bunch of new stuff coming. And yeah, I'm excited. I'm really, really, really excited.